Hey friends. So this month's discipline practice is something we're calling vibe check. And I just wanted to check in and give you a little more info on it and also give you some updates on my own practice and then encourage you to practice. So as I'm sure, well, maybe you don't, but I hope you know, the foundation of discipline is practice. It is the capacity that I develop because I have practiced it to shift my well-being deliberately on purpose. And it's a skill like every other skill. My kitty's playing. And we learn it. And as we practice it, we get better at it. And so the vibe check is our practice for this month to get better at it. And honestly, I think it's one of the best ones I've come up with. It's really, really simple. Excuse me. Okay. It's really simple and really foundational. And I think this is one of the reasons I think it's the best. The reason I'm saying it's the best is I've been practicing it this month deliberately because I'm teaching it. And it's made such a difference for me this month. Okay. So, vibe check goes like this: you just stop and you check in. And the question I'm encouraging you to ask is, what's my vibe? What's my vibe? And the reason I chose that word is it frees us up to be curious about a whole mixture of things like, what am I thinking? What am I feeling? What's my attitude right now? And what I have discovered is as you sense into like, what's my vibe in this moment? You can kind of feel it is a kind of a overall state of being that is temporary but clear right now. And so that's the first step. So when I've been checking in on what's my vibe, I have been noticing, which is because I'm human, right? I have been noticing that the times I check are the times I need to. And, because I'm going along and I'm like, oh, wait, I'm a little lost. So hold on, let me check in. What's my vibe? In that moment, I encounter the distinctions of my vibe. And I'll just give you one example as we go through. I've been doing this a lot though. So this is just one example. So I was on my way to a pride celebration because it's June. And I was heading there. I'm driving and I was noticing that I was thinking about this person that I was going to see there. And this person did something that I found frustrating and irritating sometime earlier in the and so I was thinking about it, and I got into one of those mental arguments with them where I explained to them exactly what they'd done wrong, and of course, in my mind, I'm very articulate and stuff. And it's worth recognizing, excuse me, it's worth recognizing that that whole process it happens in seconds, right? That there's this mental life that happens all by itself in seconds, right? And I could feel like the little offness. And I was like checking in. I was like, oh, okay, got it. I saw myself doing. And so I did step one. Step one was what's my vibe? And so I could feel my vibe was self-righteous. It was irritated. It was remembering back to the past, focusing on hurt. It was a fairly minor level of all these things, but these things, right? And so I'm on my way to this pride thing where we're going to have like my favorite thing, lots of rainbow swag. I got this fun man. and, and I was going to see friends, and some of my friends were playing music, and I really wanted to have a good time. And so I asked myself, is this the vibe you want to take to this event? And of course, the answer is no. But the questions are important, by the way. The questions are helpful for letting you make a choice, right? So is this the vibe I want to take? No. What's the vibe I would want to take? Okay, well, the vibe I would want to take is, excited, joyful, fun, playful, connecting with others, feeling joy, feeling delight, enjoying the rainbow swag. So so that was the choice I made. And in the moment of choosing, and this is really important, you'll notice this if you practice the vibe check. Please don't take my word for it. You have to practice. In the moment of choosing, my internal state starts to shift in that direction by saying I want to be enjoying my friends. I'm generating a little mental picture of my friends and enjoyment, and the feedback loop starts instantly generating a feeling of enjoyment. So it's sort of like a scale. So if this is really, really, really terrible, and this is really, 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 really great. So I'm driving along. I wasn't really, really terrible. I was just tipping over into slightly irritated because I was still wanting to go and enjoying the idea of going. And so I said, what is this? And I noticed, oh, I see it's like this, right? I said, what do I want? I said, well, what I want is this. I just pointed to it. In that moment, the tilt starts to happen. There's a generative process in the nervous system where literally neurochemicals are starting to respond to these new thoughts. Okay. And then the next thing, and this wasn't on purpose, but it happened as a result of the vibe check. I started to remember that this friend who had wronged me is actually a really nice person. And the wrong was sort of like their way of being. You know how this is? Someone does something like, oh, let's do that. But that's just their way of being, right? And wasn't really directed at me at all. And on the other hand, we've had such a nice time together in so many ways. And so little by little, I'm tilting on the friend itself, right? Now, this doesn't always happen. You're allowed to stay mad about something, but happy about other things. You don't have to shift the thing. But this was the vibe check. And so just to outline the process, number one, what's my vibe? And describe it as best you can, feel into it. Number two, is this the vibe I want to be having right now? You know, given what I'm going to do, given what I'm doing, given how I want to feel, is this the vibe I'm wanting to have? And if the answer is yes, then hallelujah, keep going, right? But if the answer is no, what vibe would I like to have? And let yourself be specific. So in this case, because I was heading to this event, I was specific about this event. Say you're not heading to an event, you're starting work for the day, maybe even in a job you don't love, right? Well, what's the vibe I would like to have in this situation? Just ask yourself and keep looking until you find it. The minute you identify it, literally in that moment, the shift starts to happen. Now, if you've practiced a very negative vibe about something for a very, very long time, it might take a little bit for the shift to happen. But what happens if you practice the vibe check over and over in different circumstances over the course of a day and then several days in the course of a week, you're going to get better at it. You will do it more skillfully. And the better of vibe check is the internal shift toward feeling better. So I think it's a really wonderful practice. It's very simple. It's kind of on the nose. Like, what do you actually want? You actually want to feel better. That's what we want everything for. That's what we want everything for. Everything, every single thing you want. There's an element of like, I want this. Oh, I feel so better when I have this thing. You know, whether it's like a relief from pain or whether it's like world peace or whether it's that new car that replaces your junker or whether it's dinner tonight from your favorite Thai place. Every single thing, there's this element in it of wanting to feel better. And the power of discipline is recognizing that, yes, we can keep working to make that thing happen. Absolutely. All of those things, let's work towards making them happen. And before they happen, we can shift our well being. We can shift from a negative to a positive state. And the good news about this is that empowers us to be more effective in our lives. So not only do you feel better right away, a little better, a little better, a little better, better is a direction, right? Better is less bad and then it's more good. Not only do you feel better right away, it also empowers you to be more effective in creating the changes you want. So practice vibe check with us, okay? All right, there's a link in below, but I will just tell you to save you, make it easy for you. If you want to see the blog post that has the instructions, you go to blissipline.org. And when you go to blissipline.org, click on blog, and you'll see it right at the top of the blog list. It says vibe check, and there's a big check mark. You can't miss it. Practice is how you get good at Blissipline. Getting good at Blissipline is how you enjoy life before things get better and make them better. Even